This is Steve from 200 Stab Wounds.
Hey, this is Krista from Utharo.
This is Dallas from Narcotic Wasteland.
This is Tyler from Begat the Nephilim.
Hey everybody, this is Travis from Visceral Disgorge, and you're listening to the Great Metal Debate Podcast.
Welcome back, Metalheads, to a new episode of the Great Metal Debate Podcast. It's Xander, and today I am here with the Tampa-based black metal band Voidrium. Say hi, everybody.
How's it going?
How you doing?
So you guys must be beyond stoked to be opening up for the Austrian devils themselves, Belphegor.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Very absolutely.
It's an absolute honor. I mean, I've seen these guys multiple times. They're legends in their own right, so
Like
it's an honor.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How long would you say you guys have been fans of them?
Since 2006.
Several years now, I would say.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, not saying yet.
Yeah, I personally didn't even get into them until their 2010 record, Blood Magic Necromance.
Great record,
Yeah, I love that album, especially that album cover. What inspired you guys to write lyrics about the Roman Empire and Roman mythology?
Well, for me, it's also a familial background thing. A lot of my family is straight off the boat from Italy, and I always was intrigued by the history of that period of time, specifically on that little peninsula. And you really don't see a lot of extreme metal bands tackling this kind of content. So it just felt right to write lyrics about it, and the Roman Empire was a very brutal time. So
Indeed.
fits perfectly into the music.
Would you guys like to say anything more about that subject?
Yeah, I mean, we're all into history and the military and stuff like that. So we're all kind of interested in those aspects of of our songwriting. So yeah, we're all about it.
Yeah, you guys are all veterans?
No, none of us. No. Not like the military in that way. Just
Oh, I see what you meant. Okay,
just like
I
military
misunderstood.
history, like that type of thing. Yeah.
Okay, so you guys have existed before the recent viral TikTok trend where women are asking men about how much they think about the Roman Empire.
Yes.
So for the metal chicks in our audience, aside from recording and performing, how often do you guys think about it?
Well,
too often.
I'll put it this way. Originally, when I was in college, I actually was a history major, and my specialty was the Roman Empire. So I tend to think about it more than your average male, even.
Try to fill my life with that same sort of brutal efficiency, and try to, conquer all of my aspects of life, just the same.
Nice. Now, my theory as to how this all started is that modern people aren't usually planning for a raid or preparing to be attacked. Do you think that's just our primitive side tapping in?
To a degree, I think so, actually. On top of that, there's also yearning in a world that's filled with constant technological innovation to the point where essentially machines are taking over humans, that a lot of people just yearn to think about simpler times where you didn't have to worry about AI or social media streaming or any of this shit.
There's a lot of comparisons with a lot of modern societies to what Rome built over 500 years. So, we're seeing a lot of that same stuff today. So, Rome is a really cool kind of era in society to delve into. There's just so much depth to the culture, and as far as warring, they're the best. So,
True, and of course you also brought up the architecture as well.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah.
I've actually been there multiple times, and a lot of the aqueducts that were built centuries ago at this point are still standing, and some of them are still in use.
All filled with women.
The only other band that I can think of that has Roman themes specifically would be XDO. Are you guys fans of their work, despite them being death metal?
I have nothing against death metal bands whatsoever. XDO style is okay. It's a little too overproduced for my personal taste. We actually did just do a split with a band from Como, Italy, named Casus Belli, who also are similarly themed.
Vince, I know that you recently said on a Facebook post, I don't know if it was in the comment section or if it was part of a status you might have posted, I don't remember, but I know that you said recently that politics don't belong in metal. Do you think there's an exception for certain bands?
Specifically, I said I don't believe politics belong in black metal. I don't care if it's left or right, just keep it out of there. Black metal for me is meant to be much more deeper and spiritual thing, and all politics is devoid of spirituality whatsoever, just mind control.
It's never our intention to alienate anybody based on their beliefs or political stances. You know, to us, black metal is a place where we get away from that and we kind of connect with more of our primal instincts and, you know, bond on that. Here to enjoy it. There's nothing enjoyable about politics. You know?
True. It always ends up in like an argument, you know?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, so I noticed that the Roman statue on the Insanus Deus Imperator, demo is slightly obscured by the deep crimson color palette. Was that supposed to be symbolic of the Emperor Nero's bloody reign?
It was not Nero, actually. That was Caligula.
Caligula, okay.
And yes, actually.
Okay. I mean, I guess that could be applied for both of them. Because, I mean,
absolutely.
both of them, yeah.
We actually haven't tackled Nero in any songs yet, but
Cassius
stay
Belly
tuned.
did on the split. They have a song called Nero.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Yes.
I take it that the artwork for Vulcanalia EP is inspired by Pompeii?
No, actually. So it was actually about the Roman festival of fire to honor the god Vulcan. And instead of Mount Vesuvio being used, it was actually Mount Stromboli, which is in the middle of the Tyrrhenian Sea by Calabria. And we decided to have the image of the god Vulcan coming out in smoke from that volcano, since it is still currently Italy's most active volcano, believe it or not.
Cool. You guys released a demo, an EP, and last month you guys added a split to your discography. When can fans expect a full-length debut album?
Well, we actually consider Insanus to be a full-length album. We are planning a second full-length pretty soon, but can't say much on that one yet.
Okay. What is the meaning behind the name Voidrium, and how does the name of the band tie in with the overall concept?
So, I will say this from a personal standpoint. I think there are so many band names, so many great band names that are taken now. Very hard to come up with one to the point where you see a lot of the core bands making full sentences band names, which I can't stand personally.
I get it.
So the idea was, at this point, like, if you're trying to do a one-word band name, you just have to make your own word up. So I had an idea for, an atrium in the void. Okay, Voidrium.
Okay. So kind of like how I'm going to use another death metal band as an example, but there's a tech death band called Surruption, and that's a made-up word. And I asked Frederick during an interview with him like 3 years ago, and I said, what does that mean? And he goes, it means nothing. I was like, okay, so that's like the definition? And he's like, yeah, I guess you can say that.
Also, Borknagar is
Also made up, yeah.
Also made up.
Yeah, that's made up. Yep. So we're not the first ones to do that. Yeah. Probably won't be the last.
True.
If you want a one-word band name, you have to make up new words.
One-word band name consultant.
Yeah, that could work too. Out of curiosity, what was your high school mascot?
A hawk, I think.
Hawk. I went to two high schools. So one was a rebel and one was a Viking. It was a bulldog terrier.
Mine was a tiger.
I'm deeply disappointed because I'm the only one that has a Trojan. I was like, oh, come on, one of them has to have a Trojan for their whole mascot.
None of us went to USC.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to East High School up in New York, and there are the Trojans. And now, as for the Vikings, whoever said that, it was you who said that.
That was me.
Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Okay.
Vikings in Florida. That makes perfect sense.
Right. Well, I mean, this is in upstate New York, but one of my best friends went to a high school where his was the Vikings. So every time we had an East-West football game, it was always Trojans versus Vikings.
That makes more sense.
The worst Vikings. Crappiest.
So the movies such as Gladiator or Troy, have they inspired any of the tracks?
No.
I think we try to avoid the more obvious subject matter, and we try to cover the things that haven't been covered a lot, really, just to kind of set ourselves apart and try not to be so like anybody else.
Yeah. On top of that, a lot of films based on history are blatant fiction as far as the accuracy is concerned. So I tend to avoid films of all kinds when it comes to handling the subject matter for Voidrium's music.
Yeah, they're fun, but it's not serious kind of artistic.
You want to stick to what's historically accurate.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not Hollywood. We're Tampa.
Right. What would you say your favorite ancient weapon is? It doesn't have to be Roman. It could be medieval or anything else.
Well, if we're talking Rome, I'll have two answers to this. For Rome, the gladius. Historical, the killage sword, actually.
I'm gonna say classic trebuchet.
Killer sword, I was.
For me, just a battle axe. Really.
I will crush all.
If we were in ancient Roman times, what do you think your role in society would be?
Honestly, I have no idea.
Yeah, I have no clue.
I mean, I'd like to think maybe I'd be an artist or something. Something of that nature.
I would be some sort of peasant, very lowly peasant.
So no gladiators from any of you guys.
No, not really. I mean, we'd have to be arrested at some point for that to happen.
Now, I know that you mentioned this, saying that your bloodline is directly from Italy.
Correct.
What about the rest of you guys? Have any of you guys taken any DNA tests like Ancestry?
I know I got family in Spain and Greece.
Yeah, I'm just Irish, German, Scandinavian, basically.
I'm just a good old Jew and some German farmers that came to Ohio. So.
Okay. I guess you don't have to be all the way Italian to have Roman lyrics.
Well, Rome
just need one at the front.
Well, it's funny you mention that because Rome at one point ruled all these places minus Scandinavia because we did have parts of southern England, et cetera, and the front man of the band is an Italian, so go figure.
Now, I discovered a couple weeks ago the origins of the beloved breakfast item, pancakes, have been traced all the way back to 500 BC Greece and Rome. What do you guys think of today's sugar-filled flapjacks? And have you guys tried the original recipe for the, it's hard to pronounce, but the Tigenides? I can't fucking say that. It's the original name of the pancakes that were made back 500 BC. Tigenides, okay.
I don't eat any sugar, so.
As a Jew, I prefer latkes.
I like crepes, I guess, so. I can see Vinny's angry.
I like croissants.
Yeah.
I like croissants.
Oh, croissants, okay. So, not a whole lot of pancake fans in here.
I mean, they're okay, but it's like, it's just like calories. It's really nothing of substance, so.
I mean, I'd like to try whatever that is, original type thing, but not like IHOP frequency.
Right, I'd like to try I like to try the original recipe too, because obviously it was probably just like flour and nuts and other things back then.
Lots of olive oil somehow.
True, yeah, like cooking it on a iron skillet.
Probably, yeah.
Have you guys considered stage antics such as Roman soldiers fighting with swords on stage, kind of like how a monomorph does?
No, absolutely no. We're not in it. We're not doing this for spectacle or for that type of entertainment. We're actually doing this for the music first and to have a spiritual aspect to this, and we're not about that.
Plus, reenactment actors are really expensive.
Yeah, to me, it's just like it's too gimmicky, and like I don't think black metal and gimmicks are really like our thing, or really a thing for black metal in our vision, at least.
Too mainstream.
Yeah.
Right. You guys aren't trying to ever get on the same level as Demi Borgir or anything like that.
No disrespect to Demo, they worked their asses off and they've made some good music over the years. I'm not the biggest fan of their later output, but we're not trying to get that actual. Although I will say it is interesting when you see some of the live videos they've done with the full orchestra. That's
I'll admit that is pretty cool, and Satyricon did that as well.
See, with Satyricon, I don't get it as much, but with Demu, because they do have the orchestral parts in the studio on the songs, it's to see it live. That has to be an experience.
True. Yeah, I just remember seeing that video of Mother North being played live. They had that. It was like, hey, I mean, I know that. Well, I mean, actually, I don't know who did it first live with the Symphony Organ. I don't know who did it with if it was Demu or Satyricon.
Demu, actually, yeah, it was a way to get some attention after Vortex and Moosties were out of the band.
Yeah, it sucks that Vortex left. Do you guys have a favorite Roman god, demigod, or mythical creature?
Bacchus.
Let's come back to me. I'm thinking.
Okay.
I can't really particularly think of anything at this time.
I mean, it would be fun to be a satyr. You know, I feel like I don't know. I kind of like that idea, but something like that.
Yeah, so I know that Greek and Roman mythology both are very similar, but with like different names for things. So with that being said, who do you think would win in the fight, Ares or Mars?
Mars.
Mars.
Definitely Mars.
And Mars is a lot more calculated than Ares. Ares is just all there.
Okay, that makes sense. So is there anything you want to say to your fans?
Thank you all so much for the support you've given us, even especially as new as we are. We are nothing without you, and we hope to march the centuries to you very soon.
Yeah, you know, we're really happy to be playing the show today, and you know, we hope everybody comes out, and you know, we'll talk to everybody. We're here to have a good time, so you know, come out and have fun. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just thankful. It's kind of unreal that we've had the opportunities that we've had in the short amount of time that we've been playing, and I mean, we owe it all to the fans. We owe it all to the promoters. You know, even like the people running the bar are a big part of what helps us. You know, everybody, every cog in the machine is a big part of what makes this happen for everyone.
Yeah, I'm very thankful. Yeah, like everything that we do, we work hard for you guys, like keep supporting us. We'll not let you down. We keep this consistency always and, keep the fire.
And lastly, what is the best way for fans to support your music?
Bandcamp, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube Music, wherever you could, of course, come out to a show, buy merch, message your local promoters, say you want us where you are, and we'll happily come out.
And tell your friends about us.
Welcome to the Void.
Yeah.
All right, well, hey, guys, thank you guys very much.
Thank you, man. You did this for us. Thank you.
Yep.
Seriously, dude. Good interview. Seriously.
Yep, thank you.